Hello and welcome to another video on the IC World Cup channel. Quick double upload. This is the losers finals round one. This is France-1, Phenom Funky against France-3, Paul and Anto. With me on the casting couch, I have Logan, LB Frank.
Hello.
And looks like the first map is Maya, as judged by the bracket we have this year. This year's bracket is the first map is predetermined for every matchup. We've just watched France-3 play against Africa, which was quite an interesting map. It looks like France-1 and France-3 are friends in real life, so we'll be interested to see how they play against each other.
It's definitely a lot of synergy, at least between the first three France teams. Like in earlier matchups, we've seen France 2, Kazawa and Freeman.
Yeah.
Kazawa obviously didn't seem to have as much experience playing online, but definitely picked up a lot of points from Freeman.
Yeah, it definitely showed what we can expect from people. I mean, Kazoa really wasn't an unknown entity, but he came into it really hot and did really well.
Yeah.
And you just never know what to expect with players like that. So rounding up the map, then we have Funky and Fiend on the south. This is France-1. France-3, Paul and Anto on the top. Both players getting very early generators.
I like the color theme going on.
Yeah, I do too. Blue and teal versus pink and purple. Very nice.
Side workshop.
Yeah, this is interesting. I wonder what this is. Is this just like a move to make sure it's safer?
Yeah. Big play by Fiend, 6 henchmen going up to claim mid.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a real big commitment. Left almost no hench at home, but he is going level 2. We're going to see a chamber? Yeah, we are. This is a fast chamber. Is Funky going to back him up? We're going to see a second chamber?
And a lightning
Probably
rod.
not.
Cheeteedle.
Oh, Anto only half builds the workshop. But he is going level 2, as is Paul, I see.
Funky level 2? He's
yeah, Funky's just about level 2. Fiend making these cheetah hooks. These are really nice. And 2 chambers coming in from Funky. France-1 not messing about. They are looking like they are going to be fast on the aggression. Lots of barrier destroy. Being with a very good expansion here in mid. Mid, as we were just talking about, is very, very powerful on Maya.
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel like I keep cutting you off. What do you want to say? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I don't really have that much. Oh, we got an early gyro landing pad.
How do you feel about the gyro on Maya?
Is there anything? There's
nothing that's like directly only accessible by gyro. But obviously we know that the gyro has more use than that. You can do gyro drops. You can traverse the map much quicker by flying over obstacles.
Yeah, definitely. Like we saw last series with Black Tigers on Soothing Oasis 2v2. Use the gyrocopter to traverse the henchmen over to the islands.
Yeah, didn't they do a hench drop as well? Or was that no? That was the Black Tigers in the Soothing game, right? A hench drop to an expansion
they
point.
dropped the islands instead of just swinging them over.
Funky being quite boomy here, taking both natural expansions. Not having level 3 yet. That
Are
looks
those
like it's coming in.
tarantula mountain lions?
Yeah, what are they? 12, 14 damage. That's quite big at level 2.
Pretty crazy.
Huge, massive units now coming in. And nothing here from Paul IC. Oh no, there is something from Paul IC, the Gazelle Hornbills, but nothing from Anto yet. Anto looks like he's really struggling to get an economy going. Oh, and you'd expect these Gazelle Hornbills really to do a number on these Cheetah Hercs now. So we are seeing units now. These are hyena cuttlefish from Anto. Oh, and they're just gonna get eaten by the cheetah hawks.
Had he been more proactive with the hyenas and been able to get a few before the Hercs got in,
Yeah,
that
that
would
would
have
have
been
been
a
huge.
yeah.
Gazelle Hornbill's really doing a number actually. These look like pretty nice units. Good melee, good cost.
Actually, not that
Horns is
expensive.
nice.
They're only
No.
45 electricity.
Yeah, Horns is often quite expensive at level 2. The mountain lion tarantulas, however, did completely wipe out everything on the left hand side of the map, including this
96%
gyro.
complete a creature chamber.
Oh, where's that? Is
Like,
that in
right
Anto?
now.
Oh.
Yeah, he has no henchmen at all.
Oh, he just needs to build more. Desperately needs to build more henchmen.
France-1
Ah.
has completely taken mid.
And that was Funky and Fiend and Paul I believe, all hitting level 3. Nothing from Anto as of yet.
From Paul.
Well, yeah, couple of air chambers. We did see him bring out flyers in the last match. Were they Raven Hercules beetles? And he stops building them to favour a workshop. It looks like he's going to go for the convert, I would assume.
Well, Funky's pretty busy building flyers. He's got 6 air chambers.
A lot of dragonfly lobsters. Very fast, 20 melee. That's really big. Oh no. It's going to come in. I mean, France-3 have just been devastated by that level 2 attack. Anto is starting to produce some henchmen. But we really need to see a faster recovery here.
Yeah.
Perhaps some donation from Paul IC so that Anto can build more henchmen might be necessary. Anto could also delete that partially built chamber, would really help.
Still no aggression at all from France-3.
No, and it's just allowing France-1 to just sit in mass units. We're now seeing hippo rattlesnakes. These are interesting. Very elect heavy, but I think we saw them used again recently.
Oh, here they come.
I mean, thankfully, Anto's hyena cuttlefish do have keen sense. They are going to see them. Range do generally have an advantage over melee units, but with the charge attack and how many there are and the level advantage, this is not going to end nicely for Anto here, I don't think. And Funky bringing all the flyers in as well. And the Gazelle Hornbills, oh, they're going to really struggle to even make it there, and they're not going to even make it there. Oh, and the Dragonfly Lobster just ripping through everything, as well as the Hippo Rattlesnakes.
Oh, there goes the...
And poor Anto, he's building a workshop in his base to convert more electricity to coal, I would assume, but he doesn't have a creature chamber. He didn't build his creature chamber.
It's still at 96.
Oh, he needs to finish it off. And he's not even at level 3, he can't use lab defense. Paul has popped it, but...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And there's Anto's fallen. A lot of flyers coming in from Funky now. And the rest of the Hippo Rattlesnake's going to come in and roll through and finish the job, it looks like.
Yeah. France-3 already taking a big deficit here in the series.
Yeah, going 1-0 down on one of your stronger maps. They picked this actually last time when they lost in their first round against Africa. So you have to assume that Maya would be a strong map for them, right?
Yeah.
And there's just nothing I don't think that Paul IC can do here. He's going to keep this lab defense on, but with these huge number of flyers, they're all going to be doing 1 damage each. And this lab is going to fall very quickly as soon as it hits temperature. Still more units up here from Funky. Could bring these across. We really want to maximize damage output. Paul IC calling GG, and that is going to be all she wrote. So we really need to see some more aggression from Paul IC and Anto. Desperately need to see more henchmen. I think the map presence and resource advantage that Fiend and Funky are able to produce is too much for France 3 at the moment.
Yeah.
So shaping up at the moment that we might see, if you look at the bracket, we're going to see the winner of this team move on to play France-2, which is Freeman Kazazawa, who we were talking about earlier. So we've got a France versus France battle now. We're also going to see a France versus France in the next game from this section of the bracket.
This is France Mania today.
It is. And Paul's lab is back at Lab D, and it did.
Just vaporized by those flyers.
Yeah, game 1 is over. So we'll just flick through all the tabs. If there's anything you want to pause and have a look at, by all means, please do take a screenshot. I'll try and flick through this all. You can get through all the armies as well.
Definitely the resources tells the tale of this game. Like France-1 just complete one-up on all resources on all ends.
Yeah, I mean, are you still on the resources tab now? How is it looking for Anto and Paul?
What? Oh.
I'm just showing the armies.
Yeah.
Dragonfly Lobsters did a huge amount of damage. 21,000 damage to structures. That is massive. And lastly, let's look at Fiends. Alright, so it's going to be France-3's pick again. We saw them when they lost the last game against Africa. They went to Maya. If you're France-3, what maps do you take France-1 to? Well, I mean, what's your counterplay? You wanted to play Maya last time, but Maya didn't go so well for them this game.
Do they just counterpick again?
Well, they have the counterpick, but it's just what the counterpick is. I mean, what would you do if you're France-3 in this position?
Yeah, I don't know. Like we've seen Russia pick Fortress again after losing on Fortress. So
Yeah, and that was a really close game, wasn't it?
well, I think the second game was closer than the first one.
Yeah. That's what I meant. The second Fortress pick. It's been quite an interesting showing from Paul, Icy, and Anto. Anto and Paul are obviously fairly new to the community. We haven't heard much about them before. We didn't really know what to expect when coming into this tournament. But they've, it's a big step up going from casual play to competitive play. And credit to them for doing that. Hopefully they'll be able to watch the tournaments back
jump
and
right into a World Cup.
Yeah. That's a big,
insanely stacked World Cup.
Yeah. It is big. Are they all players in the lobby? Anto is yet to return. Is that Anto just then? No. I'm not sure if France-3 know they have a second map.
They're still in the ICO lobby. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anto was yet to join, I believe. So how do you think that France-1 performed in that game?
They did all right. Well, obviously, from their perspective, it seemed like a bit of a cakewalk.
Mm-hmm.
In honesty,
Yeah,
they weren't challenged in the slightest. They just sat in mid and missed units.
Yeah.
I think definitely, considering that they were only trickling them from mid, well, not trickling, but you know what I mean. The sides weren't accounted for.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Garanto could easily have thrown in a couple units and raided some of the expos at mid, and that definitely would have taken their attention away even for a little bit.
Do you think anyone's learned anything about France-1's game style? Do you think we're likely to see them try and boom as much as possible, or do you think they're going to be more of a fast-paced team? I mean, we did see the Cheetah Hawks come out.
Yeah, I don't know if they've gathered enough intel on
France-1 yet.
Yeah,
I think that's fair to say.
So is this the map they're going to go with?
I'm not sure. They said they wanted Sanctuary, but Sanctuary isn't. This is Sanctuary, but yeah, Sanctuary is not a map that I've ever heard of. It's definitely not in the map pool, that's for sure. Do you have the map pool to hand, Logan?
I can pop it up real quick on my phone.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. I can type them all out, I suppose. It looks like they're going through the maps now.
Road Forts, Road Duos, Hill Fort, Thin Ice.
Eroded Duos, Hill Fort, Thin Ice, Glacier, Vignette, Tier, High Tide, Bragg,
Plateau, Soothing Oasis, Face Off,
yeah,
Maya, obviously, Glacier,
yep.
Fortress, yeah.
Alright, so that's all the map pool. So I think Paul and Ante don't really know what to pick against them. They did not have a rehearsed map pick. Looks like we might be seeing Plateau. My French isn't particularly fluent. Don't really know what pute étrait means.
Me neither.
Oh, that's not looking good.
Just follow along with it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess it is Plateau.
Alright, well, okay, this is going to be interesting. This might do okay for Paul and Ante. They both like to play pretty close to their own home. It looks like they're going for the hard to beat strategy rather than the aggressive, in your face kind of style gameplay that we're quite accustomed to seeing now.
But then again, the French players or the more experienced French players are very aggressive in their economy and just being able to grab all the resources on the map. And considering how many guys there are on Plateau.
Yeah, Funky and Fiend could really well, or could very well even kind of take over the map with all the resources and really assert dominance from that. We've seen France-2 actually pick a lot of Plateau when they played England, and I wonder if this is something that they've all practiced together. France-2, Freeman and Kazewa really emphasized the importance of taking the islands between each team. And both times they went for fast water rushes, I believe, which was really interesting to see.
Water rush is really strong on Plateau.
Alright, so we have Feeney in the top left in red. Funky green bottom left. Paul I see this time in dark blue, bottom right. And Anto top right in the teal. An early rod coming out from Anto. No henchman queued at the lab. Paul is building a lot of hench. Funky looking for, looks like a pretty standard build with a good amount of hench and a rod coming out. Fiend just the same. So Paul I see is he trying to go for the geyser?
I think he is.
He's just realised he needs the rod first, yeah.
With that lightning rod.
Yeah. If you aren't already aware, you need a lightning rod before you can build a geyser in IC.
Definitely set him behind a little bit in terms of resources.
Yeah, the geyser is now coming out from Paul. As is advanced structures.
As well.
Now, we have seen Paul go for the gyrocopter very early as well, so that might come to his advantage if he can get to do the cliff geysers before Fiend and Funky do, which isn't out of the realm possibility, but we also have to account for the fact that Fiend and Funky might go for a fast rush. Funky is sending 2 henchmen out, as is Paul, I see. I don't know if it's for the same reason though. We might see Funky going to expand into this coal, whereas Paul, I see, likes to go for these generators. So Paul tends to favour a very, very elect-heavy economy in the early game, which will pay off in the long run, but
4 hench on the geyser.
Oh,
Only 3
north.
coal
Oh
for.
no. Yeah, this is something that Paul and Anto seem to have struggled with, is really setting themselves on the map and getting workshops down or getting chambers down. Paul probably less so than Anto. I think Anto's struggling more than Paul is on that front. Paul looks like he's adapting very quickly. He's got level 2 now. Anto is not at level 2 yet, I don't believe.
Getting a big expansion from
From
Fiend.
Fiend, yeah. And 4 henchmen
He's
going towards.
for an early chamber.
You would assume so. Funky with 2 chambers as well. And these are Nakamura Archerfish, level 1. Artillery from Funky. Don't really see much level 1 at all.
No.
I wonder if this is something they've kind of rehearsed or planned. A lot of generators still from Anto and Paul. Oh, and those henchmen are just going to miss those chambers. Raven Scorpions now from Fiend.
Yeah.
Huge damage, 13 Ampac and Barrier. Those things are going to just eat buildings so quickly.
And Anto's got nothing.
And Anto's building a workshop in his base.
He hasn't even expanded to his natural expo.
No, you'd assume if you're going to build a workshop, you take that to your expansion point and start mining over there as well. Oh, and there's so much funky. There's so much funky here. Oh, this artillery is really going to eat this range up so much. This is so horrible. Oh, and look at it rain down. Oh, that's so perfect.
The Morats are so fast.
Yeah, Morat's quite an underrated stock, you know, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
fast.
dead.
Oh, and here comes Fiend into Anto's base as well. Oh, and look how quickly this CC is going to go down.
This is not good.
Oh, and it's melting. Anto just doesn't have anything to defend himself with. He had a CC and it's gone, and now these henchmen are going to die. Oh, yeah. What's going on in Paul's base? He's going level 3. He is going level 3, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. He does have an expansion, but unless he gets a water chamber down or a creature chamber down, he's just not able to defend himself.
Even then, there's just so many archerfish. Like, how do you deal with this?
I mean, you'd normally say artillery as well, but once there's a real big mass range, it's so difficult to get anything up and going to defend yourself. He is going to hit level 3, but he's just got nothing to defend himself with. And
Paul
Anto falls to Fiend. Raven Scorpion's coming in big. More units now, more Archerfish coming in from Funky. Oh, and they are just raining it down on Paul's base. Raining it down. It's like a full arc. If Funky wants to get any more units attacking, he has to actually bring his units closer so that more units can attack at the same time. He is getting a creature chamber down now though, but unless he's going to bring some artillery or maybe melee, but I don't know. He's really going to struggle. Oh, and the Archfish know that he's got henchmen there now. Yeah. I wonder if we might see Funky drop a gyro. And they're all digging.
Oh, he's letting Fiend go for the kill.
Oh, they killed all the naked Morats. Yeah, Fiend's going to go for the kill with a Barrier Destroy. It actually would have been faster with the naked Morat Archfish. So.
Oh, he's making land units on his island.
Oh no! Oh, that's so frustrating for him. He doesn't know. Oh, more land units are coming out. If Paul can get a gyro, then maybe he can do something, but...
I don't think he has the eco for a gyro.
I mean, he's making a lot of hench, but all the hench are spawning at his lab. He might not know that he can spawn hench at his workshop.
He has 3 fully upgraded gens.
Yeah, which is nice, and it means he is going to have an economy. The creature chamber's coming down now outside of his base. But his lab's going to hit temperature so soon. I don't think he's going to get enough up.
There's not much he can do. Like, they already have so much map presence, France-1.
No, he's... I mean, even if he can repel this attack, he's just not going to have anywhere near enough units to stop his lab from dying so quickly because of the Barrier Destroy impact. He's going to have to repair his lab.
Their lab D's gone.
Yeah. Oh, but he is repairing it. Okay.
Yeah.
It is going up in HP slowly but surely.
Funky's trunkling units in right now.
Yeah,
From
yeah. These tarantula mountain lions are coming out.
doesn't matter how many, or it doesn't matter how much more powerful these hornets are.
Oh, not when you have this amount of numbers from
Yeah.
Funky, and the map presence alone from Phenom Funky. They're all over the map. They have a much stronger economy than Paul IC does in the moment.
Hmm. It's pretty much just his expansion alone.
It is, yeah. It's his expansion and the 3 upgraded generators. Thankfully, with that workshop, he is able to convert his Elector Coal.
But last, he doesn't have lab defense, so this will
No,
be
that is lights out. That is game. That's all she wrote.
first
Well played.
in the 2021 World Cup.
Yeah, and France-1 take it. France-3 are the. Did you say the first elimination?
Yeah, the first elimination.
Ooh.
France-3 is out.
So that means we're going to get France-1
One
and
fight France-2.
Yeah, flick through all these. As always, if you want to take a deeper look, please, by all means, pause or take a screenshot of the video. Fiend actually didn't bring a full army, I don't think.
He only brought
5 units.
5.
That's rough.
Hmm.
And Anto's. I think Anto brought Rex Chance. The Rex Chance pre-built army.
It's a pretty decent army. But obviously, if you want to try to make a showing with it, you have to build units. But we didn't see that, unfortunately.
No. Let me see if they were converting. Oh yeah, Paul and Anto really converting a lot. Paul converted 8,500 Elector Coal.
They
No
probably
donation.
figured that they could dedicate their economy to just getting a lot of elect and converting. But
Well, let's see if we can get the players to come and join us. It doesn't like any are around. Oh no, we are. Hello, Paul and Anto, you are here. How are you feeling, guys? That was rough, hey?
Thank you for the World Cup.
No, thank you for coming. We recognise it's, like we said in the cast, is a bit of a step up going from kind of casual play into a competitive environment, especially going into the World Cup. And
yes, thank you.
Really interesting.
It was a great against...
Sorry, carry on. I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay. Yes, it was a great experience. The World Cup. Yes, we are so happy to have participated, but that's finished.
Good. Well, hey, hopefully you'll be around a bit more and you'll get to play with us more.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very interesting. But we are the outsider of the competition, but it was very fun.
Yeah, of course.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, a lot of players played in last year's World Cup who didn't have much experience, and they've come back this World Cup, and they've really torn it up. We saw Joseph and Fate do really well against you guys earlier. They were relatively new last year. You guys should really stick it out. We'd love to see how far you can go in next year's World Cup. Just got to work on a few little things, but it's there. How'd it feel going up against Phenom Funky, your compatriots?
Okay, yes. Nice.
Have you played them before?
No, I think we lose.
Ah, right, okay. Well, hey, that's all part of the fun of the game. We really appreciate you guys for coming along. And I guess we'll see France-1, Phenom Funky go on to play France-2, Freeman and Kaziwa in, I believe that's losers round 2. Is that right, Logan?
Yeah.
Which is going to be very interesting to go and watch. So keep your eyes peeled. Join the Discord, link will be below. And it'll be probably streamed live in the Discord server. So by all means, this is a place to come and be. I hope you've enjoyed the game. I know I did. France-1, France-3, and thank you again so much, Logan, for joining me on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
Anto and Paul for joining us. All right.